Please help. The Rebel and me personally are being sued by an anti-Israel extremist group. And the lawyer they're using just happens to also be suing the government on behalf of a banned Muslim terrorist group. Oh, and he's campaigning for Canada's M103 Islamophobia censorship motion too. That's who's coming for us. It's lawfare. I believe they want to kill the Rebel and silence our criticism of radical Islam. They're suing us for more than $100,000, plus their lawyers' fees. We've already racked up tens of thousands for our own lawyers. I need your help if we're going to survive this. Let me explain. Here's the lawsuit. You can read the whole thing on our website, standwiththerebel.com. The plaintiff is an extremist group with the ironic name Canadians for Justice and Peace in the Middle East. They promote the Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions Campaign, BDS, against Jewish companies in Israel. So much for peace and justice. About a year ago, I criticized them for a stunt where they would go into stores and when no staff were watching, they put bright orange warning labels on products made by Jews in the West Bank, warning customers not to buy them. It's sneaky. Take a look.
Let's go into the store. Now that we're inside, the first thing you need to do is identify your target product. In Canada, common Israeli brands are SodaStream, Ahava, and Keter. Once you've identified your target product, an effective way to use the BDS sticky notes is to take the first row of the product off the shelf and go ahead and put a sticky note on the item in the second row.
That's outrageous, and so we did a show about it. And we later interviewed a lawyer about what they were doing. I said it was anti-Semitic to boycott Jewish products from Israel, but not to boycott China or Iran or Syria, only Israel. So they threatened to sue us. We told them it was our legitimate point of view. We invited them on our show to debate it. They refused to debate. And I should have known they would, given their lawyer, Yavar Hamid. Hamid is a spokesman for Canadian Muslim Lawyers Association. In October, he testified before Parliament in support of M103, the Islamophobia censorship motion that calls for a whole-of-government approach to eliminate Islamophobia without ever defining the word. Our TV show on his client's misconduct, that could be the kind of thing banned under M103. But that's the least of what Hamid does. He's a lawyer for Irfan Canada, literally a terrorist group. He's suing the federal government to get that group taken off the list of banned terrorist organizations. Here's his lawsuit on their behalf. Are you sensing a pattern here? A few years ago, Irfan was raided by the Canadian government, accusing them of giving $14 million to Hamas terrorists. There's Hamid fighting hard for them. He hasn't succeeded yet. Even Ralph Goodale says their client is a terrorist group. You can see Irfan on Canada's official list of terrorists, just a few spots above ISIS. Oh, and there's Hamid with another Muslim extremist, Abusfian Abdelrazik. You might recognize him. He was stranded in Sudan for a year because no airline would pick him up. He was on the UN's no-fly list because the UN said he trained at an al-Qaeda terrorist camp and was connected to terrorists. So now Hamid is coming for us on behalf of the Israel boycotters. He doesn't think what we said about his client is free speech. Which is odd because a few years ago, Hamid was the lawyer hired by an anti-Semitic group called Students Against Israeli Apartheid, who wanted to blanket Canadian campuses with this anti-Semitic poster depicting Jews murdering a Palestinian boy. Carleton University rejected the poster. Hamid was the lawyer hired to keep it up. So he's for some kinds of free speech, isn't he? Just not ours at the Rebel. Will you help us? We've been dealing with this quietly for a year. First, we offered his clients an opportunity to reply or to debate us. They rejected that. They prefer to sue. What do you think? Do you stand with the Rebel? Or do you agree with Canadians for Peace and Justice in the Middle East and their lawyer Hamid that we shouldn't be able to call their boycott of Jewish Israelis anti-Semitic or fight back hard against the Islamification of Canada or the other things they complain about? They have every right to sue us, and they might even win. We're not perfect, nor are we always right, but we always have a right to defend ourselves vigorously, and we might even win. It is vital that serious issues like BDS should be exposed through public debate and discussion and not kept in some private fight that no one else really sees. Everything we do at the Rebel is public and intended to inform. It is for that reason that we feel the need to make even this particular fight in the public realm. This isn't just about us. It's a warning to any Canadian who dares to speak freely about radical Islam or anti-Semitism, even on your own Facebook page. It's designed to inject a sense of fear into the national discussion, to create a libel chill. This lawsuit has already cost us tens of thousands of dollars. Can you please help us level the playing field? Can you help fill up our legal war chest so we can keep standing on guard for our Western values of freedom of speech and the separation of mosque and state, and the right to call out Islamic extremism and to criticize anti-Israel boycotts? If you can help with our legal bills, I promise we'll keep fighting. Go to standwiththerebel.com. You can read their whole statement of claim and our whole legal defense. And if you agree with me that this is a baseless attempt to kill the rebel, please help us, whether it's $50 or $500. That's standwiththerebel.com. We need your help to survive this. It would be a shame if Muslim lawfare killed the rebel. Please help us if you can at standwiththerebel.com.